Netflix each month sees new content added and old content culled. A lot of Bond movies are leaving, so you should make sure to watch Goldfinger, Die Another Day, Casino Royale, and more before they go. Here is everything leaving Netflix in April 2019, so set up your queue. April 1 American Pie, a riotous and raunchy exploration of the most eagerly anticipated, and most humiliating, rite of adulthood, known as losing one's virginity. In this hilarious lesson in life, love and libido, a group of friends, fed up with their well-deserved reputations as no-hitters, decide to take action. Billy Madison Man-child Billy Madison, Adam Sandler, has been a spoiled rich kid all his life and spends his days drinking and partying. When his father, hotel magnate Brian, Darren McGavin, becomes fed up with his son's irresponsible ways, he issues an ultimatum. Since Billy passed all his schooling thanks to his father's influence and bribes, he must retake and pass every grade in 24 weeks. Otherwise, the business will be turned over to Brian's conniving associate, Eric Bradley Whitford. Casino Royale. After receiving a license to British Secret Service agent James Bond, Daniel Craig heads to Madagascar, where he uncovers a link to LeChief Mads Mikkelsen, a man who finances terrorist organizations. Learning that LeChief plans to raise money in a high-stakes poker game, MI6 sends Bond to play against him, gambling that their newest 00 operative will topple the man's organization. The Boy WHO harnessed the wind. Reviews. What do critics have to say? Diamonds are forever. James Bond, Pierce Brosnan, equipped with an armory of high-tech gadgets, infiltrates a Las Vegas diamond smuggling ring in a bid to foil a plot to target Washington with a laser in space. However, as 007 prepares to tackle the evil Blofeld, the mastermind who threatens to destabilize the world, he is captivated by the delicious Tiffany case. But is she really a double agent? Die Another Day. James Bond, Pierce Brosnan, is captured by North Korean agents and must serve a grueling prison sentence. He's finally released and is convinced that someone in his own agency betrayed him. He escapes from custody and travels to Cuba, hot on the heels of Zhao Ricun, the agent who put Bond behind bars. Meanwhile, Bond begins romancing NSA agent Jinx, Halle Berry, as he uncovers a scheme concocted by Zhao and British millionaire Graves, Toby Stevens, involving a highly destructive laser. Don't be a menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood. Innocent young black man Ashtray, Sean Wayans, is forced to move into a tough Los Angeles slum with his family, including his oddly streetwise, pot-smoking grandma, Helen Martin. Before long, Ashtray's nuclear-armed gangster cousin Lick Dog, Marlon Wayans, introduces him to a bizarrely comic crime underworld. Luckily, Ashtray falls for urban poet Dashiki, Tracy Churl Jones, and she convinces him to go straight, but he must deal with her manic ex-boyfriend Toothpick, Daryl Heath. Goldfinger. The powerful tycoon Auric Goldfinger, Gert Frobe, has initiated Operation Grand Slam, a cataclysmic scheme to raid Fort Knox and obliterate the world economy. James Bond, Sean Connery, armed with his specially equipped Aston Martin, must stop the plan by overcoming several outrageous adversaries. The Highwayman on Netflix, How to Stream, plus release, cast and more. Happy Feet. Son of Memphis, Hugh Jackman, and Norma Jean, Little Sweet Penguin Mumble, Elijah Wood, has a big problem. He can't sing a single note. In a world where everyone needs a heart song to attract a soulmate, Mumble feels he doesn't belong there. Our hero Mumble is the worst singer in the world, but he can tap dance brilliantly. Happy Gilmore, all Happy Gilmore, Adam Sandler, has ever wanted is to be a professional hockey player. But he soon discovers he may actually have a talent for playing an entirely different sport, golf. When his grandmother, Frances Bay, learns she is about to lose her home, Happy joins a golf tournament to try and win enough money to buy it for her. With his powerful driving SS and foul-mouthed attitude, Happy becomes an unlikely golf hero, much to the chagrin of the well-mannered golf professionals. Heat master criminal Neil McCauley, Robert De Niro, is trying to control the rogue actions of one of his men, while also planning one last big heist before retiring. Meanwhile, Lieutenant Hannah, Al Pacino, attempts to track down McCauley as he deals with the chaos in his own life, including the infidelity of his wife, Diane Venora, and the mental health of his stepdaughter, Natalie Portman. McCauley and Hannah discover mutual respect, even as they try to thwart each other's plans. Aquaman, will this Aquaman star be in new Netflix Hulk Hogan biopic? I Love You? Men's successful real estate man Peter Cleven, Paul Rudd, has it all. A great job, a beautiful home and a loving wife-to-be. Unfortunately, due to his devotion to both his work and fiancée Zoe, Rashida Jones, Peter has failed to make any friends. With his wedding fast approaching, the pressure is on to find the best man, and so Peter embarks on several desperate attempts to find a best buddy. LA Confidential 3 policemen, each with his own motives and obsessions, tackled the corruption surrounding an unsolved murder at a downtown Los Angeles coffee shop in the early 1950s. Detective Lieutenant Ixley, Guy Pearce, the son of a murdered detective, is out to avenge his father Zing. The ex-partner of Officer White, Russell Crowe, implicated in a scandal rooted out by Ixley, was one of the victims. Sergeant Vincent, Kevin Spacey, feeds classified information to a tabloid magnate, Danny DeVito. Live and Let Die when Bond, Roger Moore, investigates the murders of 3 fellow agents. He finds himself or target, evading vicious assassins as he closes in on powerful Kananga, Yaphet Kotto. Known on the streets as Mr. Big, Kananga is coordinating a global threat, using tons of self-produced heroin. As Bond tries to unravel the mastermind's plan, he meets Solitaire, Jane Seymour, a beautiful tarot card reader, whose magic is crucial to the crime lord. Octopussy James Bond, Pierce Brosnan, is assigned to solve the murder of Agent 009, Ed in East Germany clutching a fake Fabberg egg. The trail leads to India, where an enigmatic woman operates a smuggling ring under the cover of a traveling circus. However, her real motives prove to be far more sinister, and Bond uncovers a plot to blow up a US Air Force base in West Germany. Hulk biopic, will Chris Hemsworth play Hulk Hogan in Netflix biopic? 7 When retiring police detective William Somerset, Morgan Freeman, tackles a final case with the aid of newly transferred David Mills, Brad Pitt, they discover a number of elaborate and grisly murders. They soon realize they are dealing with a serial killer, Kevin Spacey, who is targeting people he thinks represent one of the 7 deadly sins. Somerset also befriends Mills' wife, Tracy, Gwyneth Paltrow, who is pregnant and afraid to raise her child in the crime-riddled city. Sex and the City, the movie 4 years after the earlier adventures of Carrie Bradshaw, Sarah Jessica Parker, and her best gal pals. She and her intermittent lover, Big Chris Nuff, are in a committed relationship. Samantha Kim Cattrall, having survived cancer, has a monogamous relationship with Smith Jarrett. Charlotte Kristen Davis, and her husband live on Park Avenue, and Miranda, Cynthia Nixon, now in Brooklyn, feels the pressure of family life. The Living Daylights British secret agent James Bond, Timothy Dalton, helps KGB officer Georgy Koskov, Jerome Crab, defect during a symphony performance. During his debriefing, Koskov reveals that a policy of assassinating defectors has been instated by new KGB head Leonid Pushkin, John Rhys Davis. But as Bond explores this threat, a counterplot surfaces, involving a shady American arms dealer, Joe Don Baker, and a pair of Russian assassins, Necros, Andreas Wisniewski, and Kara Milovy, Maryam Dabo. The man with the golden gun culled government operative James Bond, Roger Moore, searches for a stolen invention that can turn the sun's heat into a destructive weapon. He soon crosses paths with the menacing Francisco Scaramanga, Christopher Lee, a hitman so he has a 7-figure working fee. Bond then joins forces with the swimsuit-clad Mary Goodnight, Brickland, and together they track Scaramanga to a tropical isle hideout where the Eartha lures the slick spy into a deadly maze for a final duel. The spy who loved me in a globe-trotting assignment that has him skiing off the edges of cliffs and driving a car deep underwater. British super spy James Bond, Roger Moore, unites with Russian agent Anya Amasova, Barbara Bach, to defeat megalomaniac shipping magnate Karl Stromberg, Kirk Jurgens, who is threatening to destroy New York City with nuclear weapons. Bond's most deadly adversary on the case is Stromberg's henchman, Jaws, Richard Keel, a 7-foot giant with terrifying steel teeth. The world is not enough. Bond, Pierce Brosnan, must race to defuse an international power struggle with the world's oil supply hanging in the balance. Electra King, Sophie Marceau, is the daughter of a murdered oil tycoon whom Bond is assigned to protect. The villain is Reynard, Robert Carlyle, who has a bullet lodged in his brain rendering him unable to feel pain, also featuring nuclear weapons expert Dr. Christmas Jones, Denise Richards. You only live twice. During the Cold War, American and Russian spacecrafts go missing, leaving each superpower believing the other is to blame. As the world teeters on the brink of nuclear war, British intelligence learns that one of the crafts has landed in the Sea of Japan. After faking his own death, secret agent James Bond, Sean Connery, is sent to investigate. In Japan, he's aided by Tiger Tanaka, Tetsuro Tamba, and the beautiful Akiko Wakabayashi, who help him uncover a sinister global conspiracy. April 4 or stringent vegetarian Justine, Garance Marilia, encounters a decadent, merciless and dangerously seductive world during her first week at veterinary school. Desperate to fit in, she strays from her principles and eats raw meat for the first time. The young woman soon experiences terrible and unexpected consequences as her true self begins to emerge. April 18 Silver Linings Playbook. After losing his job and wife, and spending time in a mental institution, Pat Solitano, Bradley Cooper, winds up living with his parents, Robert De Niro, Jackie Weaver. He wants to rebuild his life and reunite with his wife, but his parents would be happy if he just shared their obsession with the Philadelphia Eagles. Things get complicated when Pat meets Tiffany, Jennifer Lawrence, who offers to help him reconnect with his wife, if he will do something very important for her in exchange.